Om Shanti. We all know the laws of science. We know the laws of the country we live in, the laws of the city we live in, and we call ourselves law abiding citizens. Similarly, there are some spiritual laws, and they are like our guiding compass. And if we are aware of the spiritual law, then our every thought, intention, feeling, word, and behavior will be right. Right for us, right for the people around us, and right for the situation, right for the world. One of those spiritual laws is law of karma. Very often, when something happens in life which is not the way we wanted it to be, it could be in our career, it could be in relationships, it could be in our health, it could be something to do with a family member. The one question that pops up on the screen of the mind is, why did this happen? Why does this happen to me? Why is it that this happens to me again and again? And we look for answers. Who is responsible for what is happening to me in my life? Sometimes we blame people and situations. And when we find no one to blame here, we point the finger up there and we say, God's will. We were taught everything is happening according to God's will. Pause and check. If everything was happening according to God's will, if our destiny and the destiny of everyone on this planet was written by God, how would the world be? It would be a perfect world. It would be an equal world. Each one would have everything perfect and everyone would have everything perfect. But that's not the case. Our destiny is not always perfect and our destiny is not always equal. We also learnt as children the law of karma, that as will be my karma, so will be the consequence of the karma. The energy that I create and I radiate out, that energy will return to me. So two belief systems, that everything is happening according to God's will, or everything that's happening to me is a consequence of my karma. Most of my karmas are right, but sometimes, intentionally or unintentionally, I may have created thoughts or feelings, words or behaviors which are not right, and therefore my destiny is not always perfect. Each one of us has different karmas, and so our destinies are also different. And so, let's understand this law of karma and let's not blame people, situations, or the supreme power for our destiny. We've all grown up believing everything is predestined. Whenever something happened, people said it was predestined. But predestined by who? So let's explore this spiritual law, the law of karma. What is karma? Karma means the thought I create, the word I speak, and the behavior I enact. Thought, word, behavior. Karma is not just word and behavior. It's thought, word, behavior. So my thoughts, words, behavior is the energy that I create. And the energy that I create radiates. It radiates to my body, it radiates to people, it radiates to situations, it radiates to nature, it radiates into the universe. It's my karma. It's the energy I create and I radiate. Situations that come to me, people's behavior, fluctuation in career or business, health fluctuations, these are energies that come to me. This is my destiny. This is the consequence of my karma. So everything that I create is my karma. Everything that happens to me is my destiny. So let's get the energy flow very, very right, because this is something which we have to be aware of always. It should be like a recording on our subconscious, aware always, so that every thought, every word, every behavior is being checked by this law. So what I create is my karma. What's happening to me is my destiny. Now I apply the law of karma here and I understand that whatever karma I create, I will have a consequence. Now, when something happens to me in my life, look at the current situation. Things are happening in our life. People are behaving a certain way. My body may give certain signals. These are things which are happening to me. Now, when something happens to me and my mind says, why did this happen? I have to answer it immediately. What is happening to me is energy that is flowing in this direction. And now I need to apply the law there. Any energy that is flowing in this direction is a return of the energy that had gone this way. This law I have to apply always. Anything that is coming to me in this direction is on its return journey. It's a return of the energy that had gone here. So when my mind says, why is this happening to me? I do not need to waste any more time and energy. Why, what, how? I immediately need to give it an answer. This, what is happening to me, is a consequence of my earlier karma. The power now is what is going to be my present karma. Suppose someone does not behave right with you and repeatedly is not behaving the right way to you. Could be at home, could be at work. And the mind says, oh, why are they doing this to me? Now, this is energy that is coming on the return journey. This is this way because it is their behavior. We cannot change this energy. We cannot control this energy, but we have complete choice. What is the new karma which we are going to create? So the power is in the present karma. What is coming to us is a return of a past karma. What we are creating now is going to be the present karma. And what we create now will decide our future destiny. So energy coming this way, return of past karma. Energy getting created and radiate out, present karma. And what goes out this way will come back like this as my destiny tomorrow, next year, or many, many years later. And that's why it's called predestined, which means what is going to return to me tomorrow is predestined, but predestined by me today. Today, predestined by me as per my present karma. So today, when we are creating our present karma, we need to remember we are writing the destiny of our future. Future could be 5 minutes later, but we are writing our destiny for the future. It could be 5 minutes later, it could be 50 years later, but my present karma will return with a consequence. This is awareness. Why is this happening to me? Return of past karma. Present karma, completely my choice, my responsibility. And what I choose now will again return as my future destiny. So past, present, and future, these three aspects of time are there with us in every moment. Every moment, these three aspects of time are taken care of. So we need to be very, very careful. We cannot live a life of blame, criticism, complaining. We cannot live a life of reacting to people and situations because how people behave is their karma. How people behave is a return of my past karma. But how I will think, speak, and behave will be my present karma and my future destiny. This I need to be very clear of always. How they behave is their karma, it's a return of my past karma. How I think, feel, speak, and behave is my present karma and it is my future destiny. So no one else can influence my destiny. It's only my thoughts, feelings, words, and behavior. My karma writes my destiny. And I have the choice to write a destiny which I want. Which I want. There is no other factor which can influence my destiny. So, this is something we need to take care of always. Now, sometimes we might take care of our body every day and then suddenly it rebounds and we come to know that we have repeat. Sometimes we feel that our every karma is right. For example, we take care of our body. Accurately, you take care of a body. And yet, one day you come to know that you're suffering from a disease. And the question is, I always took such good care. So why me? Second, you may be very, very honest in your relationship with someone. Honest, caring, kind, compassionate, giving, accepting, trusting, everything perfect if you check yourself. And yet, things don't go right. Again, why me? I was right in my every karma. Similarly, could be in career that every energy from my end is right, and yet it's not coming right from that side. Sometimes repeated efforts, success just right there, and then suddenly something goes wrong again. So, this gives questions why me? Why always me? So we need to understand this spiritual law. It's a spiritual law, and spiritual law means it's a law of the soul, not of the body. Suppose I do not do something right with someone today while I'm in this costume. I cheat them, I exploit them, I'm unethical in my working with them. I exploit them financially, emotionally, physically. This is all my karma. And I'm doing this in this costume. 20, 30, 40, 50 years pass. I, the soul, leave this body. They also leave their body. But my karma comes with me here. And the karmic account between the two of us now, sometime, somewhere, in another costume, in another relationship. We, the two souls, who will be in two different bodies, two different roles, two different relationships, we will not recognize each other. We will not remember what we have done before. But when these two souls will come together, vibrations of the past karmic account will begin. And then they will do something. They will behave in a certain way which will not be right for me. But I will not remember why they are doing like this to me. I will believe that I am absolutely 100% right to them. Then why are they doing this to me? The why question comes because we are checking our karmic account, our karmic balance sheet only after we entered into this costume. So in my this costume, I can say this, in my this costume, I have been perfect to them. No doubt about that. But I don't know what I've done earlier. I don't know what karmic account we both have exchanged earlier. So law of karma is not bound by the costume. It's a spiritual law. And therefore, our karma and sanskars will always be with us even after we change the costume. It's like a dress. Today, you are in a particular dress and you meet someone over a cup of coffee. A little argument, a little difference of opinion, and then you both go home. You meet each other again after a week. Both are wearing another dress. But because your first meeting ended on an argument, the second meeting will not begin on a very pleasant note. Dress has changed, but the argument was not between the two costumes, the dress. It was between the two people. Second meeting might be even more complex. Third meeting, you might not even look at each other. And this can go on, which means karmic account gets entangled each time we change a costume without having resolved it. Till in one of the costumes, both of you who had met each other 2 weeks back over a cup of coffee and had an argument, in one of the costumes, which means this physical costume, one of you decide that enough, past is past now. I will be nice to them today. Forget what happened. It was just a misunderstanding. So first meeting went wrong. Second meeting was not nice. Third meeting, you were not talking to each other. But fourth meeting, one of you decided enough. I'm going to change the way I am going to think, speak, and behave today. So, one out of the two will change their present karma, and in the fourth meeting, their karmic account will change. Destiny will change. It needed only one out of the two to change their karma, to change that energy exchange between the two people. Otherwise, they could have kept meeting each other every week, and the karmic account would only get more and more and more and more complicated. Similarly, we have met each other. Everyone you live with, you work with, most of the people with whom you are in a close connection, most of them, you would have met them before. This is a spiritual law. You would have met them before in another costume. Now, this is this costume, not this costume, but this costume, the costume of the body. We've met before. Different roles, different relationships, different costumes. Neither we remember, neither they remember. But the soul has the recording. And so sometimes you meet people and you just instantly connect with them. And you say, I don't know why. I feel very nice with this person. Some people, you say, I don't know why. I just don't feel comfortable in this person's presence. The vibrations, the karmic account energies, we can feel those vibrations. Some people are not family. They are not related to us. And yet we say they are more than family. Some people are family. And yet we say we just don't get along with them. So the karmic account, it is because of our past experiences with the souls that we feel this kind of a karmic connection, this energy. But now is the time to change that karmic account. Most of our karmic accounts are beautiful. Most of our karmic accounts are beautiful, but some of them need to be healed. And it's very easy to heal them only if we take responsibility that I need to change. It takes only one to change. If I change my way of thinking and feeling, I can change my karmic account with my body. Repeated illnesses, repeated. I'm radiating something from here. I change here, this will start healing. Repeated arguments, betrayal, conflict, rejection. I need to change. I can't live like a victim and say, every time this is happening to me, everyone is rejecting me, everyone is dominating me. It is something to do with my sanskar and karma. I need to change. So let's take personal responsibility. My thought, my word, my behavior, my karma writes my destiny, and I have the power to create the right karma always, independent, irrespective of what's the energy coming to me. Which means the energy going from me has nothing to do with the energy which is coming to me, which means we are not going to react to situations and people. We will respond and create the right karma always. The only thing needed to take care is karma is not only in words and behavior, it's in our thoughts. It's in our thoughts. So check your karmic connections with everybody. Is there anyone you're not thinking right about?